Hey everybody, I hope you made it through week 4 of iHeart Stats with flying colors. We have a couple things that came up on the message board this week that I just wanted to touch on really briefly. The first one is sometimes when you calculate the calculated value of a statistic and then you go find out the critical value, they're really close together. That happened in one of our homework problems. When that happens, it makes people sort of start wondering, like, what's the big deal about this critical value line? Why is it so darn important? It could be really close on one side or really close on the other, and then we're considering it completely statistically significant or completely not statistically significant. Well, I wanted to remind you of what I said in the lecture, that that line is chosen as purely a matter of convention. We've chosen the 0.05 level for this course because it's the most commonly used line. But you don't have to use that particular line. And in fact, some people don't report it as being on one side of a line or another. They tell you which values they actually calculated, so the reader can then decide whether they think the value's big enough to be considered statistically significant or not. Okay? So I just wanted to remind you that that's kind of an arbitrary thing, and some people choose different levels, and that's perfectly okay. But for the sake of this course, just to keep things straightforward and simple, we're going to have strict adherence to that 0.05 level. The second thing that came up this week was that a number of people started asking questions about more complicated kinds of statistical tests. Can you, for example, calculate a chi-squared with 3 variables instead of just 2? And the answer is yes, but we're not going to get into those kind of more complicated things in this course because that's not really our purpose here. Likewise, some people started asking questions about the theoretical background behind some of the things that we're doing. I think it's great that you guys are thinking about these kinds of things, and it tells me that we're having some success with something that we wanted to do in this course, which is to kind of whet your appetite for statistical techniques and understanding how they work. We're not going to do it in this course in terms of getting into that stuff. We don't have enough time, and that's not really our purpose. But if we get to the end and you feel like you want more, then I think we've done our job in this course, which is to get you interested and comfortable enough to want to take that next statistics class.